Good evening and welcome to the Group A1 Tourers. We are here at Willow Springs for round number 10. So it would have been 11, but we had a few technical issues at Ruin Layer Sart. So that will be coming up next week. But in general, Willow Springs in the Mercedes 190Es should be a cracking race. Joining me in commentary because he's been a bit of a bad person is Jack.
Yeah, hello everyone. Pleasure to be here as always. I do enjoy commentary. I don't enjoy being in the pit lane, but hey ho. I know, championship aside, it should make things fascinating. First time we've ever been to Willow Springs, so this is going to be really interesting to see how we get on. It seemed quite fun during practice in the car. Couple of new boys in tonight as well, but I'll let Jordan do the honours on who the drivers are. And yeah, this is going to be... I'm really looking forward to it.
Obviously, first time since round 2 we've had a full lobby, which is good to see. Let's have a quick glance at the drivers. So we do have Scooby G, the reigning defending champion, although that is going to be soon to be former champion now, as his season not really gone the way he would have liked. RDF1 Adam Morris, our current championship leader. Fourfish, Tim, Bob Mark 1, he's had a spin. Webby's a Johnny, Tyler House, who is on the throttle and going nowhere. That's I think he just glitched out there. Shadow Stalker, the Les, Hudamaki is back for another round. The Dizzler, Rich Boy, a new competitor tonight from the Czech communities. Grip E, I believe it is, along with Dizzler. Jack will correct me if I'm wrong on that one.
Yeah, and Hudamaki as well.
And Hudamaki from Grip E as well. So, a few Grip E boys, which would be good to see. Obviously, unknown quantity, really, Rich Boy. It would be interesting to see how he goes. Rally Matt 85, who I know of, he is a friend of Bruce Lee Harding's. I've rallied against him on dirt, and I've raced against him on Wednesdays. And he's he got some good pace as Rally Matt. If you can get the consistency, he could be a bit of a dark horse in terms of interrupting a few people's races. Obviously, Jack, he's in the pit lane courtesy of an incident from last week. DY House 7, who's watching Boris. And GT5 Vass, who is yet to leave the pit, again possibly watching ye old Prime Minister. Someone's just gone absolutely flying off behind Bob.
Yeah, I have to say, Jordan, just before we, run through our usual, tables and such, just want to say one thing. This is a bit of a personal thing on this one. This is actually the last time that I'm going to be racing with this PS4. Next week, tomorrow, I'm getting the new PS4. This console is literally on its way out. It's seen a lot of, interesting races, to say the least, including Project Cars 1. So I'm hoping to give it a bit of a show tonight, just to see how it goes.
Well, you're going to have to give it one hell of a show, mate, because you're coming from the back of the pack. Obviously, as you said, let's have a quick look at some standings. I think I have sent them to you, but I don't believe they've made their way onto said events page yet. Let's have a look. That one there. That one there.
Just
Cool.
watching while you pick the standing up. Scooby back on top form, currently on pole position. Adam second, and then a little gap back to Fourfish. I'm not sure who fourth is anymore. It is the Les, and Rich Boy's currently fifth with the Mackie round out the top 6.
Good stuff. Standings wise, Adam Morris currently leads the way on 169 points, 10 in front of Jack. Now, having a look, because obviously drop points come into this. Obviously, the first set of drop points come in next week at round 11. And it's interesting, at the moment, both yours and Adam's lowest score is the same. It's only your second drop score at the moment that'll be the differing one. And so it'll be interesting how that plays out. Scooby G's on 108, so he's 51 behind Adam before any drop scores, and someone's just dropped out. I've got a feeling that might be Tyler House. Looking at the standings, I
Yeah,
did see him have a bit of a glitchy moment somewhere. DY House on 102, Webby's are joining 99, Fourfish 93, Delay's 88, Tyler House is on 69, Lightblade 56, and Shadowstalker rounds out our top 10 on 50 points. Let's see, we are at Willow Springs. It's 2.5 mile circuit, 4.023 kilometres, been around since 1953. And the circuit, at least the Big Willow road course, has not changed a single bit. The only changes are the pit lanes and then additional circuits around the surrounding it, which is pretty impressive. I think it might be one of the only circuits not to have gone through a change in its lifetime.
When was it built, Jod?
1953.
That's a proper circuit then in that sense, in terms of old school. But considering all the modifications they've made to the track over the years, in terms of the big runoff and the like, as Scooby pushes it to the limit and goes off, it's a good track. It does feel old school, to be fair. I think, you know, long sweeping corners, pretty high speed. There's no real slow point on the circuit, maybe at the top of the hill, but even then in this car it's third gear. You don't really need to go any lower than that.
On board with Adam, let's go for a lap of Willow Springs. So you cross the line up to the Castrol corner. It's probably going to be down a couple of gears. Yeah, down to fourth. Tuck it in and just use the throw. You got the nice camber there into the rabbit's ear. A long corner, you can take it flat for most of it. Adam just dropping it down to get the res keeping high and to make the front end just turn in. Normally you can just lift off a little bit.
He's done exactly the right thing in the Merc through that corner. Great corner from Adam then.
Up into the next left-hander, turn 3. It's uphill, tricky braking zone, a later apex because you want the straight line up the hill into the Budweiser balcony. Down to third, as you said, Jack. Tuck it in and bring the power in because you can use every inch of the road here. Down the hill, right, down a gear, flick it left and use the bumps to try and turn the car in whilst keeping the speed up. Monroe Ridge, just a flat right-hander. All the way now down to Wings Leg, this little flick left into the sweeper, which is absolutely flat, I should think.
It is flat, definitely. Adam's a tenth and a half up on his lap before we go to the final corner.
And then turn 9, interesting corner again, a bit of a later turning than you think. You brake in the mid or drift it out wide. Adam's completely missed the apex in my opinion in that case. He's not even scared it, but he's still got a good run out up to the line.
I think he's going to go a touch slower.
He does go touch slower. Not tucking you.
It's going to be a very tricky race. This, especially, you know, it doesn't matter what, you know, it doesn't matter who you are in terms of speed and ability. That final corner can suck you in on the brakes, and you can either shoot very, very wide or cut in too early. Going to be interesting to see how everyone gets on. Adams, that corner again, turn 3, or the long right-hander rather, turn 2, I think. You can't quite get it right. If you miss the line slightly, you can't take it flat like Adam did before with dropping the gear. He spun it as well. And that's the tricky part in this car around here, and this is why it's going to be an absolute hoot race.
Tyler House saying that this is nuts in the comments. He's not got back into the session, unfortunately. It's a bit of a shame for Tyler House because I think he would have been good for a top 10 here.
He's been getting better and better as Tyler in terms of going onto his wheel. I must say, Tyler actually has, first time I've done this in a long time, special dispensation for the final round at Alton Park to use the R32 Skyline. We haven't seen it all season, so I've given him a one-shot opportunity. Now,
highest of the rookie so far, Rally Matt, up in 5th at the moment. He's only 1.4 off the pace of Adam, which is a good sight to see.
He's done quite well. GT5 Vax has been in the wall, so this is his last lap. Been heavily into the wall, actually. Just going to nip out briefly.
Tyler House saying it's a shame he can't get in, and he's getting less penalties too at the moment. Rich Boy comes across the line, currently in 8th place. Full Fish will be the first man then to set his final time here at Willow Springs. The number 54 green Mercedes machine. Comes up to the line on his final attempt. Tyler House has obviously left the session because he can't get in to race. Puts it fourth for Full Fish. Hudamaki comes through. What can he do from sixth? Can't do any more.
Dizzler up next.
Dizzler is up next. Actually, GT5 Vass has just crossed the line. He's now in 10th. The Dizzler crossing the line. Doesn't do any more for himself. Bob Mark 1. Now, Bob's been having a good little run here.
Goes quicker.
Puts it in 12th. Yeah, and finally, Dave. D. Whitehouse. Does go quicker for Dave.
Ooh.
So Adam Morris takes the pole position. Scooby G joins him on the front row. The lads in third, Full Fish in fourth, Rally Matt fifth, Hudamaki sixth, Baby's Johnny is in seventh, Rich Boy in eighth, D. Whitehouse in ninth, The Dizzler 10th, GT5 Vass in 11th, Bob Mark 1, Shadowstalker DBS, Tim, and then Jack at the back. So we await the race to get on the way. So then, I'm gonna sink in. Are we now waiting for guys to ready up? The potential for that. Tyler House, it's just me and you watching this one yet. Here we go then. Sinking in time. Round number 10, Willow Springs. We have the 3 red lights. We are green at Willow Springs. Adam looked like he jumped the start there. Be interesting to see if he had a drive-through for that, but he's coming up towards turn number 1 now. He's going to be losing position. Scooby G into the lead. Are we going to get through turn 1 cleanly? We've had a good repertoire recently, a little bit wide from one of them, but we're all good. Jack up to 14 to the back of the pack. A great start by all. But Scooby G leads. Anna Morris dropping back through the field right now. That's Johnny off wide. Up towards the Budweiser balcony. Oh, that's a bit wide from Hudamaki. Not Hudamaki, sorry, Full Fish was that. No. It was Rich Boy. There we go, we'll get there eventually. Just behind the Les, battling with DY House 7. Tyler House has disconnected away from the screen. Les getting past DY House there. Adam Morris up into 5th. He's on the back of Rich Boy. Looking on the inside of the sweeper. I think he'll back out of that into turn 9. Not worth the risk. Jack is in 12th. Oh, a bit of a bump for Adam from the Les as they enter turn 9. Luckily not getting frisky. Yes, Adam Morris in the pits for a drive-through. And I think he's just been disqualified. Well, he's just retired, I think. So Jack here needs to get momentum going in the number 3 machine. Down in 10th, I mean 8 seconds off the lead. That lead is with Scooby G. But Fullfish is not too far behind if Scooby makes that mistake. Adam Morris has left the session. He jumped the start, got the drive through. Decided to retire from the session. They head down to the sweeper. The Les looking at the back of D Whitehouse yet again. Up to turn number 9 we go. Les looking down the inside of turn number 9. That's not going to work. Far too risky for the Les to be trying that one, but he's got a great run on the exit. He'll get D Whitehouse into the Castrol corner. Job is a good one. And behind that is GT5 Vass going for a wonder. The Les up the inside of Rich Boy here. Through the rabbits here. Rich Boy on the inside though for the left-hander as they come up towards the Budweiser balcony. And something has happened to Scooby G. He's down to 3rd. And Fullfish now leads. Fullfish yet to get a victory in the Group A1s. This could be his time. Jack now up into 9th. You can see him on his own. This is not what he's looking for. But Rally Matt down the inside of D Whitehouse going through the sweeper. Regulation move. Puts Matt into the top 6. Meanwhile, Hudamaki has Scooby G for company as they head up towards the Castrol corner. Scooby looking to the inside. Decides better of it. We're behind. There's Rich Boy. There's D Whitehouse 7 going past Randy Matt. And following through is up user Johnny. Great stuff from these boys. Keeping it nice and clean. Oh, Matt's just tucked the back of Johnny and he's gone for a wander. Back on the circuit though. In front of Jack. So now these two need to work together here. Need to work together as a team. Draft each other to catch up to the pack. This is where being smart and sensible works. Someone else had a bit of a... Scooby G, yeah, Scooby G going down the order now, making a lot of mistakes, is the defending champion. As he head through the sweeper. Down to turn 9, oh, hello. Scooby thinking about it, Should get a decent run out of turn 9 here. Looks to the inside, is again not quite close enough, but Rich Boy is round. And there goes Scooby G. Rally Matt and Jack make up positions then. Rally Matt now into the top 6 again. Jack into the top 7. He needs to make this race count now. He's going to be absolutely kicking himself for his incident last week at Daytona, causing him to have a qualifying ban. There's Hunamaki, the Les behind. There's Webby's Johnny, DY House. Rally Matt and Jack side by side through the Budweiser balcony. Over Monroe Ridge. Well, it's just starting to split a little bit there. Scooby G, Rich Boy behind in the number 23 machine. There's Dizzler, Vass, Bob Mark 1, Tim, and Shadowstalker. Not having a good race. He's having a bit of a bad string of races here, Shadowstalker, but I'm sure his luck will eventually turn. GT5 Vass has retired from the session. The Les trying to get on the back here of Hunamaki. Meanwhile, Matt is catching up to the guys ahead because DY House and Webby's Johnny, don't let the colours fool you. They're not teammates. It's just they're in the same coloured cars. And they're battling one another. Let's come out of the rabbit's ear. Into turn 3. DY House gets the better of Webby's Johnny into turn number 3. Oh, but he gets the rear end sideways into the side of him. Luckily, manages to collect it in time into the Budweiser balcony. This has allowed Rally Matt and Jack to catch up. As we said, Rally Matt, without doubt, a bit of a dark horse here. Can really throw a race up in arms. I think that's Shadowstalker getting out of the way of Hunamaki and the Les. Bullfish is gone at the moment. But DY07 has Rally Matt on his tail as they enter turn 9 for the 6th time of 16. Oh, that is close. That is brave from Matt. He's managed to squeeze between the pit lane and they're 3 wide into the Castrol corner. Jack takes 2 places. Matt loses 1. That is some brave racing that from Rally Matt. Squeezing himself between DY House and the pit wall. That could have ended in absolute tears. Collecting some cones on his way. But now, Jack's gone. DY has managed to get back past Jack. I think courtesy of a little incident from Johnny. But DY House now up into 4th. And in the background, Jack and Rally Matt have come together. That's allowed Scooby G back through. Rally Matt down into 9th. Didn't really see what happened. Have a look back on the stream. So you're coming together through that left-hander before Monroe Ridge. Meanwhile, Hunamaki's lost out to the Les. Bullfish still leads as we head up towards the halfway point in this race. There is Matt. Come past Shadowstalker. That was the Dizzler off at turn 9. Meanwhile, Johnny and DY House. And they're on track, as will be Jack and Rich Boy, I suspect, especially after that one. Jack running slightly wide onto the gravel. The dirt. He loses the back end through the left-hander. It cost some time and momentum over Monroe Ridge. Into turn 9, Rich Boy's going down the inside. At turn 9, this is brave. Oh, and Jack clips the grass, he's on the other side. Still flat out racing on the grass. Great stuff from Jack, great save. Now he's side by side with Rich, he's on the grass on the entry to the Castle corner. That's not what you want. Down then into the Rabbit's Ear, and Jack down into 8th place now. Shadow Stalker. There's Shadow Stalker. Here's Bob Mike 1. And the Les has just taken a second out of 4Fish, so that lead not yet over. And Huda Mackey's been losing time to D. Whitehouse and Johnny. You can see how that one pans out. Yeah, I think you're probably right there, Tyler. Jack will probably be back in that zone, and he will. Every now and again, Jack finds this elusive mode where he just absolutely cracks on with it, and I think Rich Boy's just gone off as we focus on Scooby G and Johnny up towards the Castrol corner. Scooby G on the inside takes the place. I don't think this battle is over just yet. The issue here that Jack has, I mean, he's got the Les. Okay, I don't know what's happened to the Les, but he's now down to 7th. A mistake into turn 1 then for the man who's chasing down the leader. It now gives 4Fish a 7-second lead. Speaking of second place, D. Whitehouse is all over the back of Huda Mackey for it. 24.2 by 4Fish, all on his own. That's some great lap times as D. Whitehouse makes the mistake through the left-hander before Monroe Ridge. Then that'll cost some time, and Scooby G will be on him like a rash in a minute. Scooby G been doing 23.5 last time around for him. Jack, unfortunately, this is the biggest issue for Jack. He's got no one to slipstream partner with. And round Willow Springs, the slipstream is a massive, massive advantage. I think, as much as I'd like Jack to move up in the order, I think he's going to find it tough to get a pace where he's going to catch up to Johnny. Although, and Scooby G is round at turn number 1. There goes Jack into 5th place. He's gone a long way off here, Scooby G. Someone in the background going off as well. So what though, Jack did take 1.6 out of Johnny, you know. He's only 3.1 behind him. If he continues to take him at that rate, he'll be on him pretty quickly. Well, in theory, this should put Jack in the lead of the championship before any drop scores. As D. Whitehouse 7, I'm going to focus on him a little bit because he's catching up to the back of Huda Mackey here. They head up towards Castrol Corner for the 12th time of 16. 4Fish up the front at the moment, 8.6 away. It's looking good right now for his first win in the Group A1 Tours. As D Whitehouse looks to line up a move here on Hudamaki into turn 3. Not going to work there. Then up into the Budweiser balcony. Jack is... he is closing in there on maybe to Johnny, but pulled another second out of him last time around. Only 2 seconds behind. And if these two keep fighting, you might find this becoming a four-way battle for second place. Into turn number 9 for the 12th time. That was a good run there from D Whitehouse. He'll have the slipstream as well down towards the Castrol corner. Is he thinking about the overtake yet, or is he now thinking, actually, let's try and get away from Johnny? The Castrol corner, they look so evenly matched, these two. D Whitehouse 4/10 quicker that time around. I thought Johnny was at a bit of a weird angle out of the Castrol corner. He's obviously lost the rear a little bit through it and has just had a minor excursion. Full finish, 25.5 last time around. Looks like he's just managing that pace now, making sure he doesn't have an incident. Lee Whitehouse still trying to make that move on Hudamaki. Meanwhile, on board with Jack. Over Monroe Ridge. See Jack a little bit wider through Monroe Ridge, losing him a little bit of time. I don't know whether that might be a little bit on purpose to give him that bit more extra space going into turn 9 to enable him to maybe have a better run than Johnny. See Johnny tighter into turn 9, that's going to compromise his exit. Jack still not close enough yet though to be thinking of making a move. No one's really having much of a battle. Oh, there goes Johnny! He's onto his roof. Jack is off onto the field. That's very unlucky stuff. The Les goes through. Scooby goes through. Here comes Rally Matt. Oh, and Jack was looking for a good result as well then. I think Johnny is about to hand the position though. Jack now down to 8th place. He runs a bit wide out of the left-hander. Oh word, he's all over the line there and he spun it around. I think Jack with a bit of red mist there. Ended up causing himself more problems than he had to. Here you are, Hudamaki on the penultimate lap. Oh, Hudamaki's off on the penultimate lap. Taking a bit too much curb, although D Whitehouse has complimented him by going off on the other side. That's going to allow the Les up into 4th. There goes Scooby G. Rally Mount's off in the background. So Hudamaki gets away with that one. Oh, there goes Rally Matt back on the circuit. Jack now in 7th. I think if I'm correct in my history, I think... Oh, Jack goes round again. He's having a mare now. Hunamaki second. There's the Les in third. Scooby G in fourth. Webby's Johnny fifth. DY House seven. He's going to rue that mistake. He should have had second here today. He'll rue that mistake though, because he's now down into sixth place. Rich Boy, ninth place for him. Good stuff on his debuts, had a few mistakes. He's running about the best of the debutants. And there's Tim at the back. Heavy damage to Tim's car there. I must stress, obviously, no actual damage on, it's just a visual. So that car will be handling fine. Meanwhile, let's enjoy the final 2/3 of the lap with Four Fish. We haven't seen much of him. He has been absolutely superb. He's not made a single mistake in this race. I mean, driver of the day without a doubt for Four Fish, just for making no mistakes. As he comes down to turn number 9 for the final time. He's through that one, and I can safely say Four Fish takes his maiden win in the Group A1 Tourers. Four Fish wins at Willow Springs, and he is going to be delighted with that one. That will boost his championship position right now. Massively beating the likes of D. Whitehouse, Johnny and Scooby G tonight. Hunamaki comes home in second place. A great drive by him. The Les in third. A great recovery. Scooby G in fourth. Johnny will finish in fifth. Rally Matt on his debut finishes sixth. A great result by him. DY House comes home in seventh after making another mistake. Jack. It's a horrible, horrible race for him. He finishes in eighth. It should have been higher, but that is the way it is. Rich Boy in ninth. The Dizzler will come home in 10th. Bob Mark 1 has finished in 11th. Shadowstalker at 12th. And Tim in 13th. So just waiting. Dizzler. So the penultimate results. The provisional results from Willow Springs. Four Fish takes the victory, followed by Hunamaki, the Les, Scooby G, Johnny, Rally Matt in 6th on his debut. DY House 7th, Jag is in 8th, with Rich Boy on his debut in 9th. The Dizzler is in 10th, Bob Mark 1 11th, Shadowstalker 12th, Tim 13th. GT5 Vast retired partway through the race. Adam Morris, after getting a drive-through, retired after the first lap. And I don't know whether Adam got disqualified or whether he got actually retired. And unfortunately, Tyler House, who's been in the comments, thank you for commenting, mate. It's been a pleasure to see them. He obviously disconnected in qualifying. Next week, though, for the Group A1 Tours, we head to Ruin Lear start to redo round number 9, which will become now round number 11. So stay tuned for that one next week. As for the next in the evening, we head to Zhuhai, where the Tourmaniac Modern Touring Car Championship heads there in the Renault Megans. So stay tuned in about 5-10 minutes. That one will be up and running, hopefully. But for myself and the Group A1 Tourers, thank you for watching. Goodbye.